Okay, our Somou coordinators, teachers, I'm going to show you how I want the academic plan. Well, let me introduce myself. This is okay, our Somou coordinators, teachers. This is I'm going to show you. Okay, I got a little feedback how I here. Want see something. The academic plan. Well, let me introduce myself. This is okay, our Somou coordinators, teachers. This is going to show you how I want to be academic plan. Well, let me introduce myself. This is okay. All right. So let me do this to this computer, just in case. Okay. So, Alsamo teachers, this is Dr. Ray. I'm going to show you guys briefly how to complete the academic template for this year, the year template. This is extremely important because we first must create the big picture plan to understand what we will do when it comes to delivering instruction to the students. Remember, three things we always must consider. We must consider content, process, and product. Content is what you teach, process is how you teach, and the product is what's the student able to do? What is the student able to do at the end of your instruction? Okay. And then that allows us to go back and decide whether we need to move on or reteach. Okay. So we talked about this a week ago, but I'm just creating this video for you just in case you did not remember. Also, I developed or designed a template for you. All right. So it makes your life a little bit easier. We're here to make your life easy. All right. So let's look let me pull that template up and share my screen. All right. All right, so here's the template I want you guys to use. This is Alsamo's KG academic plan. Okay. All right. See, we have a lot going on here, but it's not as complicated as it looks. It's very simple. We broke it down into 3 trimesters. I have 13 lines representing 13 weeks. I know it's about 12 weeks, but I put an extra line in there anywhere. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So these lines represent each week. Okay. So you need to put the dates here for each week. Obviously, the first 3 weeks of school won't count because they've already completed. All right. But you can add those in anyway. So you can add those weeks that we didn't do in anyway. Okay. But we're really looking at for the weeks that we haven't done. Okay. So you put the dates here, and then how many teaching days will it take you to accomplish the goal? All right. So you write the goal here. So let's say the number of teaching days, say for this goal. So let's say it's going to be, you believe it's going to be 4 days. So you write the number 4 here. Then the goals, what is the goal you want to teach? So if this for KG, we want to teach them how the seasons, the 4 seasons, okay? The 4 seasons. So you got 4 seasons right here, okay? And then the standards, all right? The standards, you go back into the Google Classroom, and the standards, you look at the standards, we talked about that, and I put all the standards for you for KG3, all right? So I mean for kindergarten rather. I put all the standards for kindergarten. So go look at those standards and you align the goal with the standards, and then decide what pre-assessment you want to do. Okay. What pre-assessment do you want to do? Also, for reading, what's the pre-assessment for writing? What's the pre-assessment for phonics? What's the pre-assessment for math? What's the pre-assessment for science? So for instance, this standards right here, pre-assessment be reading, then for writing, for phonics, for math, for science. Okay. What's the post-assessment? This will be the summative assessment to figure out. So this would be like any test you give, whether it be like a, and it doesn't have to be a written test. It could be a, test where you just a visual test where you the student performs that activity in front of you. So it could be student will write the letters A, B, C, or name or say all 4 seasons. Let's say the goal was to the goal here was the students will know all 4 seasons. And the post assessments might be students will be able to say all 4 seasons. For writing, it might be to write all 4 seasons. Also, let's go back. For reading, students might, let me go back and do this correctly. The goal would be students will be able to write all 4 seasons. And then the standard that aligns with that, going back into the Google Classroom, looking at the Common Core standards. And then pre-assessment. Pre-assessment might be a teacher will ask students if they know any seasons, to see how many students know what the seasons are before you start your lesson. The reading, this will be your content. All right, so here you can put the page numbers, whatever content and instructions that you may, or major lessons that, just the topic. You're not writing a lesson plan here, that you might do for them. Same thing for writing, for reading, for writing. So here, so the pre-assessment for reading may be, student will, so pre-assessments will, students can say all their, say or write, read, all right, whatever, tell me in advance. Then all the content that you're going to do from the textbook, not just from the textbook, but also what are you going to do in class? Okay. So if you're going to do any special like themes in the class, remember, this is not a detailed lesson plan. This is just covering the things that you may do, activities you may do that support this goal for all of the subjects. And then the post-assessment is how do you know the students learned it? And that's what you're going to write here. What might you do to have the student demonstrate? Remember, they're only kindergarten. So then they're probably not going to take midterms, right? Or final exams. But you can also do other types of assessments, whether it be visual, physical, written, for them to demonstrate. The other box here would be for anything that may support or disrupt that lesson. So let's say there was National Day or during this week. So because this will be during the whole dates for the week, right? So let's say National Day occurred in that week block. All right. So you need to put National Day. So we can consider if there's National Day or there's a long weekend. All right. So all the little nuances, all the little special situations go here in the other box. Okay. So let's go over again. Let me do that again. Let's say this.